Hello everyone, blah 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 fuck. What's up everyone, and welcome to another video. In this video, I will be attempting to install an aftermarket ECU on this car. I went with the Megasquirt 2. It's a plug and play ECU, super straightforward, super easy. I watched Greg's video, the Kart Pasha channel, and I'll be basing off of my actions and all of my knowledge, applying it to this from that video, so please check it out. It's down in the description. Very detailed step by step on how to install everything, so check that out if you are interested. But yeah, I went with, once again, Megasquirt 2, super easy. I'm gonna have to start building the exhaust. We have Caleb here, he's gonna help me weld it. We're gonna have to put the O2 sensor in the exhaust. We're gonna have to put air intake temperature sensor into the intercooler piping right before the throttle body. And there are a few little things that we have to do. I'm super excited. I wanna see whether I can see all of my sensors, all of my engine on the computer through the ECU, and I'm sure I will once I install it. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm super excited. First step I'm going to do is disconnect the battery. So first, and arguably the most difficult step for me, is removing the MAF and redoing the wiring for it, because I don't really like wiring. I've gone through the entire harness just recently, and it was a pain. So now I'm gonna try to see which cables I need for the air intake temp sensor, and I'm gonna start working on that. Right after I opened up the connector for the MAF, I exposed the wires to see which wires I need, and according to Greg's tutorial on how to install the Megasquirt, if the orientation is 2 slits on top for the connector and 3 slits on the bottom right here, we need 1st and 6th, and those are red and green wire on the 1/6 harness, and it's black wire. So I'm guessing black is the ground and something else is like the red one and the green one is the signal. Basically, all I need is 2 of these wires. Everything else I'm gonna cut shorter by the firewall. So let's get to it. Who's calling me? Sir?
Hello?
Yes, sir?
I need to be saved, sir.
You need to be saved?
Yep.
Oh. So the sensor is going to be right in front of the throttle body right here, somewhere around the blow valve. I'm not exactly sure where exactly it's going to be at the moment, but the most important thing at the moment is to take off all the stuff from here. I'm going to disconnect the vacuum line from the blow valve, and I'm going to start undoing the clamps that hold this pipe in place. I'm going to take the pipe out and hopefully manage to get that sensor in here somehow. Alright, so I put the JB Weld on the air intake temp sensor. While I'm waiting for the intake temp sensor to dry, I'm just gonna work with the ECU. I removed the old ECU. All I had to do is literally just unplug it because it was just flopping around there. And here is the brand new Megasquirt 2 right here, boys. Alright, it's literally packed. Oh, this is so satisfying. Oh. So it literally says once this is removed, the ECU cannot be returned for a refund. Cool. And it's broken in, so I can't return it. Unless I know how to pack it the same exact way. Ooh, that's clean. That looks good. Ooh, look at that. It's probably not gonna be as clean in like a year. But. All right, so all I'm gonna have to do is put 4 screws in the floor. Mount them. Alright boys, what I did just now is I wired in the wideband. If I power on the car, which I'll do right now for you. One more click, boom. This turns on. I don't know if you can see, but it's on. Heats up the O2 sensor. Basically it works. I haven't mounted the gauge yet, but I will. So basically my point is everything is wired in. The next step that I'm gonna do right now is to put my new injectors back in. So no more stock injectors. And after the injector swap, I have a downpipe. I'll probably throw a downpipe in there and screw in the O2 sensor. I'm gonna have to load up a base map, obviously, and then we should see the car start. My biggest hope is the fans. The fans should turn on. Like I can obviously, through the computer, I should be able to set up a temperature threshold at which the fans kick in. I'm kind of worried they won't because I might have accidentally cut some wires that, I don't know. Hope I don't have to do any more soldering and blah, 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 blah. All right, let's do the injector real quick. Late night at the shop, not very late, it's only like 9:25. So the deal is, the car started, Caleb kind of tuned it a little bit. It runs a little better than it was with like the initial base map tune. Caleb helped it out a little bit, it's better. Next step is, all right, let's see if the fans work. And the fans don't work. Why don't the fans work? Well, I have to figure it out. Lucky for you, I didn't film it, but I figured it out. It took me about an hour. Well, probably less than an hour to figure it out, but an hour to do all of it. Basically, the wire from the fuse box that goes to the cooling fan relay was cut. Maybe me, maybe not me. I'm gonna blame myself. I might have done it. Maybe I thought at the moment, I was like,
oh, cooling fan, maybe it's just for the AC. Haha, I'm not gonna need that.
So I cut that off. I was actually also missing a pin on the ECU for that. I did have a friend come over with a depinning tool, so he might have seen me cut off the wire, and he was like, well, if it's cut, I'm just gonna get rid of the pin, which I told him to do. So he did that. Luckily, I had some other cut off wires from the ECU. They were just kind of tangling there, like literally like less than an inch, less than half an inch really. So there were pins that I was able to retract. I got the pin from the ECU plug, and I obviously got the pin from the fuse box. I was able to find a wire, mate them together, crimp them, solder them, everything, blah, 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 blah. Everything should work as far as I know. So the ECU has the wire that's going to the cooling fan relay, and Caleb set it up at 180 degrees. As soon as it reaches 180 degrees, my fans should kick in. The fans do work. Me and Caleb tested it out. We tapped the wires of the fan to the battery, so they do work. I'm sorry, I'm having very like bad headache right now. I can't really talk. I'm trying to explain everything what's going on. But either way, I'm gonna start up the car. We're gonna let her warm up, and we're gonna see if my fans turn on. Anyways, the car is on. As we see right here, if it focuses, the temperature is 173 right now. So we have to wait until the temperature is 180. I'm sorry, I'm just yelling into the mic so you guys can hear me. We're gonna wait until 180 and the fans are gonna turn on. I did it off camera. I'm sorry I wasn't recording, but I freaked out. I freaked out. All right, I freaked out. It works. It works. The fans do turn on. My camera is about to die. Basically what I had to do is, as I explained earlier, the wire, this white wire down there, you can barely see it. It's tangling up. I'm gonna fix it up later. I'm gonna tidy it up. It's going back into the ECU. It's not supposed to be white, but it's white because I made it. Oh, they turned on. You can't really see or hear, but they're on. I feel it. The fans are on. I'm super excited, super proud of myself for figuring out 2 wiring issues that I've had besides the fans. I had to in the earlier video, had to figure out why my car doesn't crank. But that's me trying to eliminate wires. You take the risk of possibly deleting the wires that you do need, thinking that you don't need them. So I did that the same thing, and I had to troubleshoot it and figure it out. But hey, she runs, she drives, my fans are on. I can drive without worrying that my car is gonna overheat. I'm super excited. We're going for a drive tomorrow, boys. Let's go. I had just zip tied the stainless steel line that is going from the brakes to the e-brake. Thanks so much to Caleb, aka Jinjim, for making the bracket for the e-brake, for the hydro. Check out his channel, obviously, but you know, most of you guys come from his channel anyway, so I don't know why I'm plugging him, but he asked for a shout out, so here we are. Shout out to Jinjim. The line is also his, he bought it, and I'm just using it. So I zip tied it, I'm just gonna wait for the paint to dry, install the hydro, and mount it and bleed it, and we'll see how that goes. well not on the pedal, but hey, that works still, right?
No, it's okay. We're good, you're good.
Where am I gonna be getting you on?
It's okay. Alright?
I'm gonna go there.
It works! It's so light it doesn't even leave marks. That's hilarious.
How does it feel?
What was that?
How does it feel?
Feels like it's supposed to.
Hey,
I was a little nervous of this flying forward.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's the next thing.
it's crazy. I kind of want to do. I'm gonna do a normal brake, like try to brake both of them quickly.
Dang, she looks good. She looks good. She drives well so far. There's one problem though. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Yeah, you'll lock up the rear pretty easily, but
That's good. It stops.
it stops.
Stops better than just by itself.
Definitely.
Alright, there you have it, guys. The car has Megasquirt aftermarket ECU right now. We installed it, we kinda tuned it, the car kinda drives. We are going to do a street tune. Caleb is gonna attempt to do a street tune in the next video. Hopefully in a couple days you're gonna see that right after this. The e-brake, the one thing I've been talking about for so long, is now installed. I'm super excited about it. It rips, it works. The car is so light that, I mean, it just works right away. We didn't even have to bed in the brakes or anything. It's just awesome. The car stops, we made a bracket. I made a bracket, Caleb welded in the bracket for the brakes. So now the brake pedal doesn't flex as much. It still flexes a little bit because I used very thin metal, but it'll do for now, for sure. It's good. So the next video, as I said, we're gonna do a street tune, and Caleb's leaving the shop, he's out there. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a smaller battery for this car and tie it down so it's all good. And we're pretty much ready to get tuned. So yeah, once again, I mean, the car is doing great. I'm super excited. I do have one thing that isn't great. One thing, and that thing is the turbo. So Boosted John had a problem with his turbo. His turbo burnt a lot of oil and it wasn't great. It was bad. Basically, the turbo blew up, or the seals on it went bad. I don't know. Something went wrong with it. It burned a lot of oil. We think my turbo is doing similar things because every time we like rev the car in idle, or even in idle, it burns a little bit of oil. There's a little bit of smoke coming out of the exhaust. I'm just hoping it's nothing serious. It's nothing like piston rings or anything else. I don't know. I just hope it's nothing serious. I hope the turbo is fine. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get a new turbo, and I can't even get it tuned until I get a new turbo, which is very sad. Also, another thing, I can't drive it on the street until I get it registered and insured, and for that, I do not yet have money. I'm waiting for the job. So once I have a job, this car is definitely gonna drive on the street. We're gonna see, you guys might come out to meets and see us with this car. I'm super excited. Again, I'm talking way too much. Half the video I haven't been talking, so I feel the need to let it all out now. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you all so much. It's been a long way. This car has come a long way. I'm very proud. I'm actually very proud of what we have built, and I can't even say that I've built it because I have not built it. A lot of friends and of course you guys who support me on YouTube and on Patreon helped along the way. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Stay positive. Bye. That voice crack though, that was weird.